they want. Shit. That family shit. Dirt. Hey yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey yo, we family. Bonds that can't be broken. Watch it. Hey yo, we family. 3 times we heat rhymes, eye to eye, Jinx, X and I. A bond that will never die. Wise guys will split the pie. Big style, hypnotize. I'm back home, the shark in the town. Let the fam roam, my fam in the zone. See how we rock well, exotic flow. Crystal seashells, never sleep where the beast dwell. Monster the music, you the shit, then prove it. This is hip hop, get your shit chopped. It's been a long time coming on the same track with fam dumping. Look how your man's gunning for fam, cause we all stand for something. Salute the fans production, producing mass destruction. We ask nothing, command respect, that's the law of instruction. Back in the south with a Dutch in my mouth, fam. That's what I'm all about, damn. 3 deep when we rolling out. Leave your face posted out. Double holster, twin toasted out. Your style bitch, watch me hold it out. Get money. Every day with fam is sunny. We get money. Every day with fam is sunny. Yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey yo, we family.
The Jester, nobody does it better. Ain't nothing like fam riding a beat like a bike. When it come to this rap shit, yeah, I know we out of sight. Every nigga about on Tonka Fest, that Jinx is the best. BMX Supreme Jester, who gon' run up and test? I'm outside the gate, not in the bleachers or sideline. That mean that I ain't playing, motherfucker, I'm bout mine.
Because you look so sweet. I wish I could taste a moment. Girl, you look so damn sweet. No, I wish I could taste the moment. Been around the world, hey, but there's nothing like that Southern ass girl. No, I've been around the world, whoa. Nothing like that Southern ass girl. Yeah. Okay, now pour me a one. Better yet, make it soon. They say the night is young, but this cup like the fountain in you. Shining. Tell me what your sign is. Tell me what you drink, little lady. I could buy by the bottle, I promise. Because you look so sweet. I wish I could taste a moment. Girl, you look so damn sweet. No, I wish I could taste the moment. Been around the world, hey, but there's nothing like that Southern ass girl. No, I've been around the world, whoa. Nothing like that Southern ass girl.
Like to keep it on the edge so we max out. Just need a little breeze from top down. Bitch so sweet, I don't need no sleep. Like to keep it on the edge so we maxed out. Just need a little breeze from top down. It was so sweet. Keep it on the edge. Breeze from top down. Bitch so sweet, I don't need no sleep. Keep it on the edge. Breeze from top down. Bitch so sweet.
Damn, bro.
Money, 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 I like green. Money, 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 I see money in my dreams. Money in the bank, I let money grow like trees. Money take you places that you never even seen. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Money, 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 I like cheese. Money, 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 make a bitch get on her knees. Just bought a brand new dome, I'ma paint it money green. Come and swipe a nigga bank account and do the money money scheme. I be counting so much money, I'ma need a money machine. I'ma take the dirty money and I bring it back clean. I get money in the night, I get money in the day. I get money on the clock, I get money different ways. It be money out of sight, it be money in your face. I be running like I'm in a money race. I can take a little stack, then I turn it to a knot. Gotta keep that shit flowing, cause the money never stop. Money, 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 I like green. Money, 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 I see money in my dreams. Money in the bank, I let money grow like trees. Money take you places that you never even seen. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Money, money, money.
Sponsorship opportunities are available. All right. You're going to see some commercials, but we're telling you once again, and people like this, and I straight pull this from a TV show or a movie, but the price today is not going to be the price tomorrow. It's as simple as that, man. A lot of people have been hitting us up. We're really just trying to come up with a fair package for everybody.
Trying to do things the right way, sir. Trying to do things the right way.
And so if you are interested in advertising on the Two Live Stews, I created a new email address, sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. sme.dougstewart@gmail.com.
The price today ain't going to be the same tomorrow, and I want to get in today.
The Two Live Stews experience, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart. Sponsorship opportunities are available. All right. We're looking for experienced radio sales people. Jump aboard right now. There's a lot of money out there to be got. All right. Because we promote the heck out of our sponsors, and they know that. We've had sponsors in the past that we would love to reconnect with as well.
Hey yo, we family. 3 times we heat rhymes, eye to eye, Jinx, X and I. A bond that will never die. Wise guys will split the pie. Big style, hypnotized. I'm back home, the shark in the town. Let the fin roam, my fam in the zone. See how we rock well, exotic flow. Crystal seashells, never sleep where the beast dwell. Monster the music, you the shit, then prove it. This is hip hop, get your shit chopped. It's been a long time coming on the same track with fans dumping. Look how your man's gunning for fam, cause we all stand for something. Salute the fans production, producing mass destruction. We ask none, command respect, that's the law of destruction. Back in the south with a Dutch in my mouth, fam. That's what I'm all about, damn. 3 deep when we rolling out. Leave your face posted out. Double holster, twin toasted out. Your style bitch, watch me hold it out. Get money. Every day with fam is sunny. We get money. Every day with fam is sunny. Yo, we family. Unbreakable balls, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey, yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey, yo, we family. Unbreakable bonds, lyrical dawns. We the eye of the storm. Hey, yo, we family.
The jester, nobody does it better. Ain't nothing like fam riding a beat like a bike. When it come to this rap, so yeah, I know we out of sight. Every nigga about on Tonka Fest, that Jinx is the best. BMX a prima jester, who gon' run up and test? I'm outside the gate, not in the bleachers or sideline. That mean that I ain't playing, motherfucker, I'm bout mine.
Because you look so sweet. Woo. I wish I could taste the moment. Girl, you look so damn sweet. No, no. I wish I could taste the moment. Been around the world, hey. But there's nothing like that Southern ass girl. No. I've been around the world, whoa. Nothing like that Southern ass girl. Yeah. Okay, now pour me a one. Better yet, make it soon. They say the night is young, but this cup like the fountain in you shining. Tell me what your sign is. Tell me what your dream, little lady. I could buy by the bottle, I promise. Yeah, because you look so sweet. Woo. I wish I could taste the moment. Girl, you look so damn sweet. No, no. I wish I could taste the moment. Been around the world, hey. But there's nothing like that Southern ass girl, no. I've been around the world, whoa. Nothing like that Southern ass girl.
I like to keep it on the edge so we max out. Just need a little breeze from top down. Bitch so sweet. I don't need no sleep. I like to keep it on the edge so we maxed out. Just need a little breeze from top down. It was so sweet. Keep it on the edge. Breeze from top down. Bitch so sweet. I don't need no sleep. Keep it on the edge. Breeze from top down. Bitch so sweet.
Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews Experience. We back, Staley! This right here, this ain't your ordinary-ish.
Two Live Stews Experience, Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart, baby, we back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you, but them folks sat us down forcefully. What up to the Qs?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews Experience, shouty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing?
And we got to thank God every minute of every day. It's the Two Live Stews Experience. Your boys Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, and of course we are being produced and directed today by none other than James Harmon, aka the Naughty Dread. How you doing today, sir?
I'm fantastic. Sitting around the world, looking like a Southern Edge girl.
Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Dub Slim, aka Willie Haynes. We appreciate you, Willie.
And man, really in my heart of hearts, man, I'm an R&B singer. You know the whole story about me and New Edition and punk ass Bobby Brown. I love the Southern Edge commercial, man.
Yeah, me
I
too,
love
man.
it. They harmonize it.
I'm a huge fan, man. Again, that's Dub Slim and his work. That's BMX on the track. That's Jinx the Jester on the track, aka Pee Wee in Moco, and aka Lil Joey in Moco.
Yeah,
But the
some of
music sounds great, man.
Moco's finest. Yeah, sir, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful, man. What's up with you? You good?
I'm good. How was the weekend? So we a day late, or we a day behind schedule in which we normally do the show. But how was the weekend? What'd you get into?
Before I get into the weekend, so remind me to get into the weekend.
Okay.
It is the Two Live Stews Experience. Shouts out to the good folks from Southern Edge.
Shouts out to everybody in the chat room too.
We're always fueled and powered by the good folks from Southern Edge. Check them out on the web at southernedgebeverageco.com. We're planning a couple of big events. It's going to start as early as the end of this month. We're putting things in place, getting it lined up. Tons of people have called us, wanting us to use their establishments to do different things, and we're going to oblige. We're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make sure you're following Southern Edge on all social media platforms to get your invite to the Two Live Stews Southern Edge experiences when we go live. Again, you can scan this barcode right here, this QR code right here. But make sure you're following Southern Edge as well as the website, southernedgebeverageco.com. Yeah, man, spring break was crazy. I went down to the crib, you know that. Spent some time with mom. We took some cooties down there, man.
Yeah, I heard, man.
We took some cooties down there, man. So we had 2 good days with mom. We were there for 6 days. 2 good days with mom. And then mom was sick and in her room literally for 4 days, man.
Yeah, that's
So
not good.
it's not good, man. But, you know.
You got to keep them kids away from my mother, man. I'm just being honest with you because they pick up stuff at school and around their friends.
Right.
It ain't
right.
their fault. It's just
No.
that's what nasty little kids do that don't wash their hands and touching everything. And it's just, it's not good.
It's my kids. It's my kids.
I mean, but it's our mother, man.
Shut up.
It's our mother.
It's my what?
And I love your term, man, but I mean, it's pumpkin. It's pumpkin.
There's no way around it, man. I mean, Morgan did have the sniffles driving down there. So you're telling me when we're driving down there, she's got the sniffles. I'm supposed to turn around and then come back to Columbus and come back to Columbus and do spring break by myself with them kids the whole week?
Or quarantine her or something.
Listen, man. When I tell you I worked harder this spring break than I have in any spring break my entire life, it's crazy, man.
So when did y'all get back?
Crazy.
When did y'all get back?
We came back Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we came back Saturday morning.
So did y'all post up and check out this eclipse yesterday? The whole eclipse thing? Your kids are very like studious and intelligent. I'm sure that Miles wanted to see what this whole fuss is about.
I could invite one of them in here right now, man. They'll tell you 15 to 20 different fun facts about that freaking eclipse.
You an eclipse guy?
Man, I wasn't until 6 years ago when Miles was in the 2nd grade and Mason was in the 1st. When we were still in Buckhead.
You're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Go ahead.
We were still in Buckhead. And I went to the school during this eclipse, and all the kids was outside sitting in chairs with these glasses on. I'm thinking the whole time it's a hoax. But when you put those glasses on and look at that sun,
you thinking what's a hoax?
I thought it was a hoax, man. I thought it was a hoax.
It is kind of interesting to think that in all of space, that the moon would perfectly block the sun.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that it's comparison to us landing on the moon or nothing like that. But the sky, the whole space, the whole Milky Way galaxy, for the sun to rotate in a position where the moon is exactly over it, covering it, is kind of suspicious.
Okay, real quick. For the record, I always thought that the sun was this way and the moon was that way. Again, I'm not the guy to speak on this kind of stuff. All right.
Right.
But when you put those glasses on and you look up there and you see the crescent moon or you see a full moon in front of the sun, it's real freaky, man. It's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. So yes, man, the kids did enjoy the eclipse, the solar eclipse yesterday while they were at school.
And you know what, man? I think I'm just real easy, man. I don't like a lot of extravagant things or whatever, man. I like to have fun, but I'm not really an eclipse guy.
You're a conspiracy theorist too. You're a conspiracy theorist.
No, I'm moving away from that. My point is, I mean, once you've seen one eclipse, you've seen them all pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like even traveling, like people always talk about going to all these exotic places. I doubt it's better than Miami and New York. Any place you can name, in this world, Switzerland, Paris. I'm sure it's not that much better than New York City or Miami, Florida.
Listen, man,
just something like that. What?
Touchdown Jesus in Rio, Brazil is beautiful.
Okay, so
the clubs in Rio where you can find a few women walking around with no clothes on, like it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
but
cool.
you can go right there to Magic and see all the naked women you want.
Yeah,
my
but
point
that's
is
different.
Once you've seen, what's the first monument that you just mentioned? You're watching the Two Lost Dudes experience.
Touchdown Jesus in Rio.
Okay, so Touchdown Jesus in Rio. Once
and it's huge. I mean, it's huge, and you can see it from everywhere in Rio de Janeiro. But when you drive up there, it's huge, and it's just Jesus like a touchdown symbol. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
So really, honestly, with all the effort it takes to go and see it, is it that much better than a Polaroid picture?
It's much better, man. It's much better.
Sure? You sure about that?
I've got pictures of it up close that will blow your mind. Like the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Right.
You just can't see an Eiffel Tower. It doesn't work like that.
I guess
an Eiffel Tower is not in Miami and it's not in New York. It's in Paris only.
It's a lot of things in New York, not in Paris. Yeah, maybe I'm just country like that. You know, I'm just a country boy. Man. You know, like not Stringer Bell, but like the other gang leader in The Wire said, Avon.
Okay.
I guess I'm just a gangster. I guess I'm just a country boy, man. That stuff really don't excite me, man. It really just doesn't.
Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Lost Dudes. Do you remember the time I called you and said, hey, man, I'm going to be out of town for like the next 10 days. I'm going to, at that time, it was Barcelona. Me and JP were going to Barcelona, Spain.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, really? Okay, man. Why in the hell are you going over there? And I thought you were joking. I said, man, you silly, man. But we're going to have a great time, man. I'm looking forward to it. And you're like, no, man, no, I'm dead serious.
And
why the hell are you going over there?
You know, another thing I think subconsciously that I worry about when I go to other countries and whatnot, I'm always worried that they're going to frame me and put me in jail.
That's something
like they did Brittany Griner. Because like you over there, you don't have nobody advocating for you. If they put you in jail just because they're in a bad mood, you are done. Like they're never going to hear from you. You're not going to get your one call a day. Okay. You might get a call after a month. You might get a call after a month.
There's an embassy everywhere, a U.S. embassy that's filled with people that have our back.
Yeah.
That's filled with people that if things like that happen, they will want to get you out. However, along those lines of what you just said, I'm never going to Russia. I'm not going to North Korea. I'm not going to China.
Well, I don't even think we can visit North Korea, first of all.
Well, okay. I'm not going to South Korea or North Korea. I'm not going to any of the Koreas. I'm not going to Koreas. because if something happens over there, then you could get lost in the shuffle. Literally lost in the shuffle.
And you're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Last week, I think we were talking, maybe it was even, had to be last week because this is our first show of the week. We were talking about, visiting different places, okay? And one of the points that I was making is that in these different places, man, they got different rules. They got different things that they go by. And I always feel like, I know what it was. We were talking about Jamaica. We were talking about Jamaica and how I stay on the resort. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
Good,
So
good.
that's part of my whole thinking about when I go to Jamaica or Bahamas or whatever. I ain't going off the resort. What? First of all, I done paid for all this liquor. I done paid for all of this food, free liquor, free food. Why would I go into town and risk a police officer having a bad day and put my black ass in jail, I don't know, for 6 months until they get my first call?
But in Jamaica, they are known for their tourism. So they don't mess with us over there. You are protected over there. They make their living off of us being tourists in their country, in their city, in their area.
Yeah, I'm Gucci.
Now, the other places that have beef with the United States, like when we were in Germany, we went to see Aunt Mimi in Germany. When we were in Germany, every cab we got in, the cab drivers were talking about our president at the time. And they were pissed off about this president. Did you vote for the Trump? Did you vote for, so.
Yeah, even they recognize he an asshole.
Oh, everybody knows that, man.
Everybody know it. Everybody know it except for one particular party.
Except for the European brothers and sisters in this country. For some reason, they've got an infatuation with that bonehead. It's the craziest thing ever.
And not total Europeans. I mean, the conservative representatives in this country.
Right. I agree.
And maybe Russia. Maybe him and
Putin, yeah, they do
Putin,
something together.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about what they do, but they do something together. Anyway, man.
Wait. I don't think you can do that.
No,
and not only do I don't think you can do that, but it's really awkward because you're a dude and you did that. Now I understand you were trying to talk about somebody else and what their activities are.
I wasn't saying nothing about me.
But you my brother, and I asked that you not do that gesture again.
Well, no, I was talking about somebody else. Everyone that's watching
know,
knows.
I get it. But people could confuse what was going on just now.
You know which way I swing, though. You know which way I swing.
I know. I didn't like that.
Two last week's experience, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I got no problem with nobody in their lifestyle, man, but I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, I got an Audi. I like to use my Audi in other innies, and that's it. Nothing else, man.
Old school. You had to go with the Audi any comparison.
Right. I'll be talking to my kids, man. Oh boy. Anyway, man, two last dudes, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Okay, that's the first thing about the weekend. Second thing about the weekend, man. I got to give a shout out to my boys, man.
Boys, who's that?
Okay. This T-shirt is from the H's collection. We got some homeboys by the name of Rob and Reese Henry. Their company is called H's because they are the Henry brothers, two of them plural. Does it make you getting it now? You
figuring it out? Right.
Okay, so they're the H's, and they got this clothing line, man. Check them out on the web, AYTCHES, H's.com, AYTCHES.com. Shout out to Rob and Reese Henry, man. You know them boys when you see them, man. But this is their clothing line, and I wanted to show them some love.
Is it them cats in Atlanta?
No.
Okay.
They both from Moncks Corner, but they live in Charlotte now.
They
got a clothing line that's dope, man. You need to check it out.
It's these twins in Atlanta, and I think they were like in the record business. But like when I first moved here from like 95 to 2005, every place I went, I saw these dudes. And I think they're like producers or something like that. If somebody says their name, I'll be like, yeah, that's them. Right. But yeah, interesting. Good stuff, man. Shouts out to the H's.
Shouts out to the H's, man. Check them out on the web at h's.com, AYTCHES.com. Reese and Robert Henry, man, the two brothers that I'm very fond of the brothers, man. I'm very fond of their entire family. And there's some good dudes with the clothing line. I wanted to show them some love, man.
Yeah. So this past weekend didn't really do anything at all. Chilled. My LB, my back was in town. We went to one of his homeboys' big college basketball tournament, Final Four watch party. So it was real good. This weekend, headed back to the motherland. Moco.
Okay.
First of all, it's Pumpkin birthday. I don't know if you remember it or not.
Of course, man. I'm her favorite son. I never forget.
Right. So it's Pumpkin's birthday. I'm going to go in, take out the dinner or something like that, check on her. Also, It's our line's birthday. We are 34 years in the frat this weekend. Friday, April 13th, 1990.
Wow. Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
And they got the spring game this weekend.
The first time you and your LBs, the first time you brought your LBs to the house, man, I guess y'all just got offline because you guys were comfortable sleeping on the floor. We had beds in the house for everybody.
Crust in a corner.
And you guys just laid down on the floor and rested every night on the floor like it was cool, right?
Absolutely. Under somebody's bed, you get the best rest in the world. Just put it like that.
Just feel safe.
Like that. Yeah.
You feel safe.
You feel safe.
It was then in 1990 after y'all crossed when you came home with your LBs. You brought like 8 of them home. And the way y'all were talking to each other about dog, bruh, roo, y'all had this language that everyone understood that were you guys, but me, ma, and dad did not understand what the hell y'all was saying, right?
Right.
And y'all came that weekend and y'all left, man. And the minute y'all left, I looked at my dad and said, I'm going to do that when I go to college.
Wow.
I'm going to do that when I go to college.
Wow.
I'm going to do that right there when I go to college. Those guys were cool, man. It's like Doug treated those guys with more respect than he treats me, his own brother.
Hey, man, no offense, but you're the little brother that's always trying to spoil my fun and tag along. And you'd go and tell our parents, I want to go somewhere. Hey, man, either you let me go, I'm going to just tell mom and dad. So you were that type of little aggravating little brother, man. So it was cool to have some brothers, quote unquote brothers, that were my age, did the same things, could do the same things, than you tagging around, grabbing my damn bootstraps.
I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah.
However, we didn't get along too tough while we lived in the same house. But a light switch was flipped when you went away to college, man. The first time you came back, we were mad cool. We had a respect for each other that just goes without saying, man. And brothers are important, man. Brothers are important.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got to talk about this poll, man. And why'd you hide the poll? The top 5 wrestling poll we did, the previous poll we did on last Thursday's show, everybody was calling, texting, asking where was it, and you buried the poll somewhere, man. Explain yourself, sir.
I did not bury the poll. And if you would have called me, I would have told you exactly how to get to the poll. So we did the top 5 wrestlers of all time in honor of WrestleMania.
Okay.
And you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. And this is not a lie. I'm not exaggerating. We average about 200 posts a day in the Two Live Stews chat group. Okay. So it keeps going down. It gets buried. But just remember this. Every post that I post, or most posts that I post, and especially for this show, I put hashtag Two Live Stews. So that's all you got to do. And it's there. And go ahead. I know you want to tell the world what happened on the poll. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
No. Here's our poll. This is your top 5. And you can look at your top 5 because of the ninja you got at number 5 and know that your poll sucks. Okay. Tony Atlas. Did Tony Atlas even have any championships, man?
You call the greatest black wrestler of the 70s a ninja? You call him out of his name? That's the disrespect that you youngins have. And that's the problem with you youngins.
First of all, the Junkyard Dog was my favorite black wrestler. It wasn't Tony Atlas.
The Junkyard Dog wasn't even around when you was a kid. Junkyard Dog was on some
how I know him then? How I know him if he wasn't around?
He came along later. The Junkyard Dog came around later.
Shut up. The poll winner's talking.
Tony Atlas.
Shut up. That's enough. We're talking about top 5, and I'm the current champ 2 weeks in a row, and I'm not going to have that. Now, here's my list. Roddy Piper at 5, Dusty Rhodes 4, Hulk Hogan 3. This is the list. Ric Flair, The Rock. This is the list. And The Rock is black. And he's on my list at number 1.
I had The Rock on my list too.
You didn't have me number 1, though.
You put Roddy Piper over a black man like Tony Atlas, and you still won? That's disgusting. Yeah. I hate it here. Yeah. Like my daughters always say, I hate it here.
I hate it here.
I hate it here. 61%. So what does that math mean? 29% or 30? Yeah, 39% for me. So 61% to you.
I crushed you again.
Congratulations,
I crushed you again.
Whoop-de-whoop. Whoop-de-whoop.
I crushed you again. Thank you.
So I have the tally right now on these little top 5 polls.
Yep.
And you're watching the Two Live Stews Experience.
I'm 3
right
and
now
6.
on these. Right, six wins for me, 3 wins for you. It won't happen anymore. I figured the dogs and poodles out, the Stewies out. You just got to keep it simple with everybody. They don't want to think too much. They don't want to put too much thought in it. They just want to whatever the first thing come to their mind. So I'm gonna keep it simple from now on. That's what I'm gonna do.
I thought you were going to bury me last week by saying you put a man on there with a dress.
And I said that. I think I did say that.
I don't think you said that, man.
You not only you put somebody on there over the black man, Tony Atlas with the biggest guns in the history of the world, but you put a man on there with a dress. And that's what the Stewies went for. They bit that hook, line, and sinker. That's what they did. That's what we doing.
Do we introduce the newest poll now, or do we do it later, man?
Well, we can introduce it now, and we'll just talk about it briefly later.
Well, we didn't talk about. I mean, I want to do what's best for the producer and for us. We don't have to do it now.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's simple. So today, or not today, I'm sorry, apologies. Yesterday would have been the great Biz Markie's birthday if he was still around.
Oh my God!
Lord bless his soul. So it got us to thinking. The Biz is gone, man. Crazy. Nobody beats the Biz.
Nobody beats the Biz,
except for death. Evidently. So it started us thinking the Biz wasn't known as one of the greatest rappers or whatever. He was really kind of funny and had his own style. It was a good time listening to the Biz. Go ahead.
You know I paid the Biz Markie to do about 5 or 6 parties for me in my day, right?
No. Where at? In Detroit?
I had the Biz like 5 times in Atlanta, man. At Marco's restaurant like 2 or 3 times. I didn't invite you to stuff like that, man. I didn't want you to come and clutter the place up. But
so
I
anyway,
had Biz like 3 or 4 times, man.
As I was saying, so
I had a personal relationship with the Biz, man. I'm sure we were friends because I was paying him like 5 or 6 grand to do a party. So I'm sure that's why we were friends. But the Biz and I had a working relationship. We were cool, man.
Okay, so in honor of the Biz,
rest in peace, Biz.
He's not one of the rappers that you would consider one of the best, but he's like well known. Okay,
right.
So
everybody
give
knows
us
the Biz.
Your top 5 rappers that are probably not your top 5 rappers. Basically, rappers that don't get enough love, they don't get enough respect, but they hot fire. They're like that boy, super hot fire, fire. Yeah, I got a list for your ass today.
No,
I got a list for your ass today.
You say the
I
same
got a
thing
list
every
for your
day.
ass today. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, listen, man. The Two Live Stews Experience brought to you by the good folks from Southern Edge. We are powered by Southern Edge. We are fueled by Southern Edge. Check them out on the web at southernedgebeverageco.com. When we get back, man, we're going to talk these sports. I think we're going to start off with men's basketball.
Yeah, real quick.
There's not much to talk about. Then we're going to get into the women's championship game.
Yeah. And I got some final thoughts on Caitlyn's ass forever because she's got to leave. She's going to WNBA. Don't go away. Two Live Stews Experience. Do any of your friends your age still go to strip clubs?
No.
Now, let me make sure and clean this up a little bit. If there's a strip club out there, a proprietor listening to this show right now, and they like for us to host Monday night at their establishment, we are there. I will come on a strip club retirement for a sponsor.
On Wednesday night or Thursday night or Friday night or Saturday night. I'm not coming to your establishment on Sundays, but every other night of the week, count me in. I'm in.
I'll come on Sunday if it's a check behind it. I will come, okay? Ryan does not have to come. He's got the little small children and whatnot. I will come.
Ladies, we know you wear a lot of hats. From fitness to packing lunches, grocery shopping, and running boutiques, you do it all. But tonight is about taking a break for yourself and not feeling bad about it. Whether you're a fitness enthusiast, a boutique owner juggling the world, or a devoted dog mom like Jen, Southern Edge understands that every woman deserves a moment to relax and do what makes you happy. Courtesy of Southern Edge, the only way to truly taste the moment.
Big time events going down the end of the month, folks. Y'all make sure you're checking out the 2 Live Stews experience to find out exactly when and where we will be and when we will be there. And you are watching the 2 Live Stews experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the 2 Live Stews. My bad, James. I overstepped you. My bad. My bad, James. My bad. Overstepped you just now. But everything is good, man. How you doing today? So you good?
I'm fantastic. Don't forget, 2 Live Stews, youtube.com and 2 Live Stews, facebook.com. Either one of those platforms, you can hit the follow or subscribe button, whichever the case may be for them. And whenever we go live, we do a show, we do anything, you'll get a nice little comfy, alert to check us out, all right? College basketball, the season is over, and the UConn. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you had already waved me off. Go ahead.
Sir, if you didn't bet everything in your bank account on both of these games, you're crazy.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to start with the men, okay? One team was significantly better than the other. One team had a monster, but the monster was by himself.
Mm-hmm.
The other team had 7 to 8 guys they could use to be a starter on different teams and to run those guys out of the gym. Go ahead and say what you're going to say, man. I'm going to teach you how this thing works. I'm going to show you how this thing works. Go ahead and say what you were going to say.
No, I was just going to give kind of like the foundation of the story. UConn's the second, wins their second national championship. They beat Purdue 75-60, second ring in a row for Danny Hurley. UConn 6th overall. Edie goes for 37 for Purdue, but it just wasn't enough. And I don't think UConn gets enough credit. First of all, whenever they talk about these quote-unquote blue bloods, I always talk about Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina, UCLA to a smaller degree. What did you just say?
I said Kansas.
Kansas, right. They never really include UConn, which is strange because they've won 6 rings. Like in the last 25 years, not 6 rings going back to the 60s or something like that. 6 rings probably starting back in the 90s, which really isn't that long in comparison to the other teams.
So if you're a wagering person, if you put a little action on the games from time to time, whenever it comes to a game of that magnitude, like a championship game, depth is very important.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's 2 halves. It's up and down. It's fast paced. It's the last game of the year. Everybody's shooting their wad. Everybody's putting it all out there. Everybody's leaving it all on the court. Sir, in both championship games, there's 2 things that resonate with me. One team has 8 to 10 players that could be starters, and that's the Carolina Gamecocks. And the UConn men, Huskies, they have 6 to 8 guys that could be starters.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that Purdue only had 2 points scored off the bench? 2 points scored off the bench.
That's a recipe
so
for disaster.
your bench brings you 2 points in an entire game. So that means the rest of the starting 5 scored 58. But one guy, and you mentioned Edie, one guy had 37 points.
Yeah.
That's not a way to win a championship, sir.
Right.
So your bench comes on for Purdue and scores 2 points. And the Huskies their bench didn't score much more. They scored 13 points, which is better. But they had 4 to 5 guys that was in double digits for that game with UConn.
Mm-hmm.
Purdue didn't have that. This was a simple matchup for those who wager on games. When you got a team that's much deeper than another team like that, and you got a team that's just a one-trick pony like Purdue is with Edie, always go the other side, sir. Riverside and make your money.
Right. 2 questions I got for you about this game, and we can move on to the women. And that's part of one of the questions. This game to me, man, and really the whole tournament it seemed like it was different from the past where there were big name stars, you know, your Jordans, your Sam Perkins, your Worthies, your Grant Hills. Like it seemed like there were really no big names for UConn. Okay, in my opinion, the Zach Purdy kid he's kind of a big name, but the whole tournament in the Final Four was pretty decent. I like the Final Four, the best part of it. But the word I come up with is underwhelming. Like it just didn't seem like college basketball. Maybe it has something to do with NIL and these players transferring away, and the fact that these players, it's all about business. I don't know. What'd you think about the feel of the tournament this year?
The men's tournament sucked. I don't think we know who the superstars are in college men's basketball. Because the superstars are not playing college basketball. The superstars have gone on to the NBA to make money, and they should. But UConn, they may not have bona fide superstars, but they got 5 or 6 dogs.
Yeah.
Spencer is a dog.
Won every game by double digits.
In the postseason, when you got the best 68 teams, you get to a Sweet 16, you get to an Elite 8, you get to a Final 4, and you're beating everybody by double digits?
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen like that, man.
Second question, and somebody mentioned it, ATL Ball 404. Barkley says Shaq. Barkley and Shaq said Edie will be drafted in the Chinese draft. They was trying to insult him because he has some Asian features or whatever. But that was the second question I was going to ask you. I think Edie is going to be a great player in the NBA, but it seems like everybody is saying his game doesn't translate to the NBA because now the big guys step back behind 3 and they shoot 3. And Edie's game literally is like 1970s NBA with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Olajuwon and guys like that. We're back to the basket. He's shooting a little hook shot. I think I would take Edie at a very high point. I'd build around him.
No, you wouldn't. Because he's going to slow your team down like maple syrup. Now,
explain it.
Listen, he lugs up and down the court. He can't run with any big that's in the NBA right now. And the bigs in the NBA right now they're not as big as he is, but some of them is just as tall, but they're fluid. They can move and they can shoot. They got perimeter games and paint games, and they play with their back to the basket. Edie don't do none of that. But he will be a high draft pick. When I say high, I'm thinking mid-teens, late teens. He's not going to be no top 10 pick, man.
Do you think he runs better than the Joker?
Yes.
No. But the Joker's just won a couple of MVPs.
No, time out. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The Joker runs much better than Edie.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Edie lumbers up and down the court, man.
And what do you call what the Joker does?
The Joker freaking moves, and he don't have to get to the paint. Okay. He can stroke that thing from the top of the key and hit it.
Yeah,
he can stroke it from between the half-court line and the three-point line and hit it. You got to put a body on him everywhere on the court because he can shoot like a guard, man.
Julius 35C says Edie doesn't have a jumper. But why do you need a jumper when everything you shoot is from 2 feet from the basket and you make it?
Because these guys in the NBA are going to run. It's going to be fast-paced. It's not going to be 30 points at halftime. In the NBA, at halftime, it's going to be 60 points. There's been a couple games this year where you would think the team was going to score 200 points each because they're fast-paced, up and down the court. Edie can't do that. So he's got a place in the league, but his place would be for half-court sets.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, you're not the only person saying that. Like all of the experts are saying that this guy is not going to be that great of a player because of his skill set.
Right.
So I don't know. All I know is they can't stop him in that paint. When he gets the ball, he's 7'4", he's big, and he got a nice touch on his hook shot. Why does he need to do anything else? Kareem made an entire career, a Hall of Fame top 1 or 2 player in the history of the game career from one shot. From one shot.
We've been talking about this a lot with Caitlyn Clark, as we're about to talk about her in a second. And this is the Two Live Stews experience. Caitlyn walks the ball up the court. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, when we get done with this show tonight, there's some good basketball games on. Me and the Dread was talking about it. When we get done with this game, cut some basketball on and tell me how often you see the guards walking the ball up the court in the NBA. They're not walking the ball up the court.
So you're saying that's not a good thing for Caitlyn?
No, that's not a good thing for Edie.
Okay.
They don't walk the ball up the court in the NBA. It's fast-paced, man. It's fast-paced and it's three-point shooting. They're not running many sets. They're not setting guys up to put their back to the basket anymore. Mm-hmm. The NBA, thanks to Steph Curry and the likes of a few other guys, is all about shooting the pill. It's all about shooting the ball, speed, shooting the ball, and playing defense and being able, which is what Edie can do. Edie, he's going to clog your paint up. He's not going to allow you to drive to the basket because he's going to block your shot. But, man, no, he doesn't move. He's not fluid like the other big guys in the NBA.
All I know is nobody can stop him. Hey, Loose Neck Side said teams will go small against Edie, and he'll be sat down on the bench.
Immediately.
Okay. Now, so that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me.
The minute they see, if he starts, the head coach is going to be like, wait, I'm sorry, timeout. He's going to call a timeout before the game even starts. And he's going to put 3 guards out there and 2 wings that can fly.
Yeah, that
and
makes
he's
sense.
going to be tired in 30 seconds, man. He can't do that.
That makes sense. But how you going to stop him on the other end? Okay, you put a bunch of small guys in there. You put a 6'8", like maybe they're playing against, and you're watching the 2 Live Stews experience Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart. Maybe you're playing against Golden State, and they always match Draymond with the center. You know, he's always smaller than the other team's center. What Draymond's not going to be able to stop that guy on the other end of the court.
But, Doug, you're not going to have to worry about stopping him. He's going to stop himself if you go and get 10 baskets in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He's going to be done. He's going to have to sit down. They don't make him like that.
We'll see. We'll see, man. You're watching the 2 Live Stews experience Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart. And the other
real quick, the Coach Hurley. You like Coach Hurley, man?
You know what, man? I hated his brother, Bobby, when Bobby was at Duke.
Bobby's the head coach of Arizona State right now in basketball.
Yeah, you know, won the championships with Duke. Hated the Hurley brother. And really, I just hated every player from Duke. So I kind of associated him with his brother, with Bobby. But evidently, they came from a basketball family. Like, their daddy is a world-renowned high school basketball coach. Yep. You know what Bobby Hurley did as a player. He's a coach as well. And they're saying that Danny Hurley coaches I saw somebody talking about this today. They say he coaches and runs the exact same system as his old man did 40 years ago. So I think that's fascinating. That's a fascinating story.
They're all students of the game, man. But Danny's real pompous, man. And I guess when you're as productive as he is, you can stick your chest out and you can act like he acts, but he's the kind of guy that I would like to mush in the face if I saw him in public, man.
But here's the thing. I don't think
he's an a-hole. I don't think he's an a-hole.
Right. Unlike Caitlyn Clark,
no,
I think he's just confident. I don't see him talking trash to anybody or trying to show anybody up. They ask him about his team, and he's just telling them what's the deal. Okay.
What did Caitlyn do to you?
I don't like Caitlyn Clark. We're going to talk about her ass when we get back from the break.
I still want to talk about UConn real quick and Purdue. But Caitlyn doesn't stick her chest out. She's not talking trash, man.
Yes, she does. Stop that. We'll get into the next segment. Go ahead. You want to say something else about Hurley?
I don't think he's likable, but what he says is point on. The reason why they're so dominant right now is because all 5 of his good players, really, really good players, don't have to have the ball.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 of them are in agreement when it comes to we're going to move this ball around and pass this ball until someone gets a good shot. If I got a clear shot to the lane, I'll take it. But part of the problem in NBA and college basketball in the men's game is our testosterone is so high, I want to show you what I could do. And Coach Hurley's team doesn't do that. They'll pass the ball 15 times before somebody takes it to the basket because they're looking for the best matchup. And that matters, man.
Yeah.
That matters. If you can take your ego out of the game and everybody can play like I'm the superstar, it makes it easy for your team to win and be on the same page, man. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to the UConn Huskies, man. Good job, guys. Good job.
They're coming back. They're coming back with a loaded roster.
Well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a couple of guys are going to leave. I'm sure the transfer portal is going to bring a couple guys in because there's some dogs around the country that's going to chance at a title. And if they can get an NIL deal from UConn, they're going to come to UConn. So
that's what I was about to say. You think he's going to have problems getting transfers and
guys
out of the portal? No,
not at all. Not at all.
He's sitting on cruise control, just like the USC women. They are sitting on cruise control for the next couple of years.
And real quick, he didn't disrespect the Duke Blue Devils for winning 2 back-to-back titles. He didn't disrespect the Florida Gators for winning back-to-back titles with Donovan back in the day. But his point is right. Duke and Florida, when they won their back-to-backs, they had a roster full of guys that stayed. They had juniors, sophomores, and seniors on both of those teams. That's a different day now. That's not happening no more. He's probably going to have to find a way to do it again with 3 or 4 more new players on his roster next year. Yeah. But I think he will. He's coaching a system that works.
I don't have a problem. And you know, a lot of times I like for the little guy, the quote unquote little guy, to like knock off the giant, like David and Goliath. And once again, for whatever reason, they had 5 championships already. Right. Okay, and a bunch of great players that end up playing in the NBA.
5 championships, and they won 1 last year. We can't forget that.
Yeah, so 2 in a row. But it seems like, once again, like I said earlier, it seems like the basketball world doesn't put them on the same level with Duke, Kansas, UCLA, North Carolina, for whatever reason. It seems like they're outsiders. You know what I'm saying?
When Hurley was talking about his title and talking about UConn, one of the first things he said is, they give us all the resources we need to win. You know what that means, right?
Money. Yeah, absolutely. All right, when we get back from the break,
we're gonna talk Caitlyn.
We're gonna talk about Iowa getting their ass whooped, and we're gonna talk finally the final words on Caitlyn Clark. We done with it after today.
I don't think so, sir.
No, we are. There's nothing else to talk about it. Now they have the draft. They have the WNBA draft, which she's probably gonna go number 1. So we'll probably touch upon that a little bit next week.
No, I think it's a household name that's going to be around for a long time because I really think her game's going to transfer in the WNBA. We'll talk about it, though. We'll talk about it.
Even though she got shut down in the last 3.5 quarters of that game? You think so?
Shouts out to Southern Edge. We're fueled and powered by the good folks at Southern Edge. Southern Edge Beverage CO.com is where you can find us on the web. I'm going to remind y'all again. Follow them on all social media platforms because that is how you get invited to the gig we're going to be throwing at the end of the month. And we'll tell you all about it here shortly.
Hey, you remember on Different Strokes, the Gooch? He was always beating up Arnold at school and terrorizing Arnold. Yep. There's a chick in the chat group named Tiffany Sports and Heels. She's just like the boogeyman to me. When I used to do my show, she used to be the boogeyman. We got to go. We'll be back in a second. Don't go ahead, 2 Loud Stews. Sponsorship opportunities are available. All right. You're going to see some commercials, but we're telling you once again, people like this, and I straight pull this from a TV show or a movie, but the price today is not going to be the price tomorrow. It's as simple as that, man. A lot of people have been hitting us up. We're really just trying to come up with a fair package for everybody.
Trying to do things the right way, sir. Trying to do things the right way.
And so if you are interested in advertising on the 2 Live Stews, I created a new email address, sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. sme.dougstewart@gmail.com.
The price today ain't going to be the same tomorrow, but I want to get in today.
The 2 Live Stews experience, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Sponsorship opportunities are available. All right. We're looking for experienced radio sales people. Jump aboard right now. There's a lot of money out there to be got. All right. Because we promote the heck out of our sponsors, and they know that. We've had sponsors in the past that we would love to reconnect with as well.
Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, 2 Live Stews experience going down in the
Damn,
neighborhood near you.
you got the matching hat and everything?
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, we ready.
I like
H's,
that.
man. Check my guys out, h's.com, AYTCHES.com. The Henry brothers, man. They're the H's. Robert and Reese Henry. Appreciate you, Poochie. Appreciate you, Reese. Y'all my guys, man.
Can before we even say anything, we don't have to say anything because everybody know what it is. Can the University of South Carolina Lady Gamecocks get a round of applause?
Yeah,
huh?
man.
Can they get a round of applause, sir? Please.
Yeah, give me 1 second to find it and make sure it's right. Thank you, Mason. All right, here we go. There we go, man. Here we go. There we go.
Hey, wait a minute, man. The kids still downstairs? They downstairs with you? Didn't you tell them to stay upstairs? They just don't listen to you. They just don't listen to you?
They listen, man. But we spare the rod around here, man. And if you spare the rod, man, sometimes you'll say something and they'll just act like they don't hear because there's no threat. There's no threat.
So if you know that, why do you still allow them to get away with this stuff? I guess is my question.
It's the 2 Live Stews experience, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. I can't take a belt or a switch and put it on the boys behind for not listening if I'm not going to put it on the girls behind for not listening. And the girl, from time to time, she don't listen, man.
She pushes the envelope because she know y'all ain't gonna whoop her.
We spare the rod around here.
Probably because she knows they're very smart. My nieces and nephews, they're very smart. They know that you are not going to do anything. There's no threat. So they can talk to you any way they want.
No, they don't do that. They don't do that.
Uh-huh.
They don't talk to us any way they want.
Okay.
But they do have, let's call it, selective listening.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something in it for them, they'll listen.
Selective listening?
If there's not something in it for
you
them.
You allow your kids to have selective listening? This is funny to me. Because you know how we was raised. The
rod wasn't spared in our house.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
The rod, the belt, the switch, the tire iron, whatever they could get their hands on. It wasn't spared in our house.
We were really joking, but at the time it was very serious. Like nothing was funny about this stuff, man, going on. We was growing up.
All right, I'm gonna tell one quick story.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell one quick story, man.
Go ahead.
It got to a point where we would count how many times we were contacted by whatever was contacting us.
And stop saying it would pipe or whatever. No, it was never no foreign objects like that. It was always a belt. It was always a leather belt.
Belt, switch, hand,
but the belt
elbow.
A belt. Grandmother always used to use a switch.
Right. And
like,
she was
like Mary Rivers.
Right.
Mary Rivers used to always, use a switch.
Yeah, but there was one time, man, where I put the great Uncle Donnie, which we had plans on introducing Uncle Donnie to the show. The great Uncle Donnie, I put sand in his gas tank one weekend, man.
I think you told the story back on the show, but
I'm not going to tell the whole story, man, but we mentioned a second ago how we would count how many times we were contacted. Well, I stopped. Dad didn't even spank me. It took him like 3 weeks to spank me because he said the night when we got home after I put the sand in the gas tank, he was like, I want you to go in the room and I just want you to stay in there because if I come back there right now, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you.
So give a little bit more background on this sand in his car. It was a Lincoln Continental, I believe.
This was the Duster, the orange Duster.
That was Shorty. I can't remember who car it was. Okay, so I'm thinking about another car later.
It wasn't the Lincoln, but it was the Duster.
But the car was ruined.
Yes, it was done.
The car was ruined because this dumbass decided to put sand in the gas tank. Why did you think that was?
Oh, shut up! Y'all don't even know what's going on.
Why did you? And you were probably only 6 or 7.
I was like 8 or 9. I was in middle school. No, I was like 10. Yeah, 10 or 11. I was in middle school.
So why did you think that was a good idea to put sand in a gas tank? Like, what fun did you get out of that?
My cousin Champ said that the car would go faster if we put sand in the gas tank.
And you believed him? You believed him.
And listen.
That's called to get held back right there. I'm telling you.
I put one handful of sand in the gas tank. And I put it in, I wiped all the sand that didn't go down the tank out, and then I put the cap back on it like I didn't do anything, right? And I mean, it took like 30 seconds, and the car said,
Man, I'm gonna tell you.
and my cousin Champ that lived down the road took off running the minute the car cut off, right? He left me there by myself, and I was like, hey, Champ, wait, Champ, don't. Champ was gone. Donnie came outside, man, and I act like, because you cut the car off? You got my car cut the car off? I said, no, sir, it just cut off by itself. And that cat said, what? It was bad, man.
I remember
anyway,
they beat you like Kunta Kinte, man.
I
never forget. I mean, I was in the hall. I was in the hall with my ear to the door. I was like, God damn, they beat the shit out of him.
So, okay. Well, I'll tell this story real quick while Doug reboots and comes back. I put the sand in the gas tank. Car cuts off. My uncle loses it. He was on his way to go to work. My uncle loses his mind. I mean, he completely loses his mind. All right. And I have to tell the truth. So he's like, what happened? What'd you do? I said, well, me and Champ put some sand in the gas tank to help the car run faster, Unc. You did what? So I'm going to make this long story short before we move on. I get home. My dad is like, if I do something tonight, I'll probably end up killing you, Ryan. So I'm not going to spank you tonight. But I want you to know this. In the near future, I'm going to come home from work early. Okay, you back, Doug? Okay, welcome back. In the near future, my dad said, in the near future, I'm going to come home early from work. It's just going to be me and you in this house, and I'm going to deal with you for what you did to this car. 3 weeks later, a month later, I'm in the house doing homework, and I hear a car coming down the driveway, and I'm like, I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
I hear a car coming down the driveway, so I look out the window, and I see the blue Fifth Avenue. It was my dad, right? And
Our
right
dad,
then and there,
technically, it was my dad first.
Well, that's another story. The minute I realized it was him, I looked at the clock and like, wait a minute, 3 o'clock, he home already? He's supposed to be here already?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And the last thing you want is for somebody to leave their job to come handle some business with you.
He's coming to handle his business. That cat walked inside and said, go to your room, lay across the bed, pull your pants down.
Not pull your pants down, ass out?
Pull your pants down. Okay? Whoa. So I go in the room, put on like 3 pair of drawers.
Those are the ones I used to try to run from.
I go in the room, put on 3 pair of drawers. And again, we had a game that we played. It helped the whoopings go by faster. We would count how many times you got contacted, right? Look, man, that cat beat on me so long that I stopped counting like around 42, and I stopped moving like around 50. I figured, okay,
you just gonna play dead? You play dead? Damn. This is funny now, but it wasn't funny then.
If I just stop moving like I'm lifeless, he'll have to stop, man. So the last 2 or 3 minutes, I wouldn't even move, and I just laid on the bed like, you go ahead, man. Just go ahead.
Hey, man.
It was tough, man. It was tough.
Hey, but guess what, though?
Shut up. It ain't funny. That
Guess
never
what?
happened to y'all. Shut up.
You turned out,
jerks.
for the most part, into a model citizen.
I agree.
You turned out as a model citizen.
Yep.
Because we knew what the repercussions were of doing something wrong.
That's exactly right.
So
that's exactly right.
Now your kids, they're kind of confused.
Right.
I can do this because nothing happens when I do this type of thing at home.
There's no rod. That's not
going to happen. Your kids are very smart. I don't think we were that smart. I don't think we were smart as your kids.
My kids do get disciplined, but there is no rod. And they understand that and they get it. So it's kind of like you give them a direct order or something that they're supposed to do, man, and it could get done in 5 seconds or it could get done in 5 minutes, man.
Damn. All right, man. We spent a lot of time on that. It's fine. The University of South Carolina Lady Gamecocks wins the national championship, beating Iowa, beating Caitlyn Clark. They get it done. That's Dawn Staley's 3rd championship. I got 2 major points that I want to throw at you. First of all, let me get your thoughts. What do you think, man? They got it done. Really a blowout. The one main quick thing I want to throw out there is I thought that Raven Johnson should have been the game's MVP because midway through the second quarter, she had clamps on Caitlyn Clark for the rest of the game. You do know that all the possessions where she guarded Caitlyn Clark only got 6 points, sir. I'm sorry, not 6 points. I think it was 7 points. The rest of the game, 2.5 quarters, she shut down, quote unquote, the greatest women's basketball player of all time, doing stuff like what you see on the screen right now, okay, by offensive fouling and whatnot. Yeah, show it one more time, Nadi. Show it one more time how she pushed off, extended her arms, and they didn't even make the call. They act like they didn't even see it.
You know why Raven Johnson was not the MVP, sir?
Tell me why.
Because she was 1 for 11 from the field goal, in field goal shooting, man.
But she stopped, quote unquote, the greatest player of all time.
One of the greatest players of all time is Caitlyn Clark. And you can hit on her as much as you want, man, but she's one of the greatest that's ever done it. And you can't be an MVP for shutting somebody down when offensively you were a detriment to your team.
Hey,
I love Raven Johnson.
Tell you this. If you had the choice, and I think the teammates, and I think Dawn Staley would say this, if they had the choice of Raven Johnson getting 25 or doing what she did defensively against Caitlyn Clark, who nobody could figure out really for the last 4 years, I think they choose that defensive presence that she had on Caitlyn Clark that entire game. She had clamps on her.
I agree, man. But again, sports, and that's all of them, man, it's about scoring. And defense is important. You know, defense truly wins championships. But when it comes to the MVPs and the most valuable player and the best person on the floor, we tend to lean on the side of points for that. And Raven didn't do anything offensively to assist her team with the W. However, I talked about it in the last segment, sir. We were talking about the UConn men versus Purdue. The Gamecocks bench scored 27 points. Let's just say it was 27 points, almost 30 points. Okay. You know how much the bench for Iowa scored, man?
No. Tell me.
I'm going to give you one guess. Just take a guess.
2.
Go a little lower.
0.
Iowa's bench scored nothing, sir.
Right.
Iowa's bench scored nothing. And what did I tell you last week about South Carolina when you said some of these wins that they've been getting has been close? I said they have 2 starting fives. And if you've got 2 starting fives, you can do whatever you want to do. As a matter of fact, man, I'm sorry. South Carolina's bench scored 37 points. Their bench scored 37, and Iowa's bench scored 0. That's the win right there.
That's the game right there. Yeah.
That's the win right there. You got a second string that comes in. And the 5 players that are not starters score a cumulative 37 points. But the 5 girls that are behind the starters in Iowa score nothing. You can't win like that, man. Depth. Depth is a huge part of what it takes to win a title. South Carolina has enormous depth. UConn has much more depth than Purdue, and that's why South Carolina won that game.
Man, let me tell you something, man. And we've followed South Carolina football our entire life.
That's correct.
Okay, and I always tell people Clemson and Carolina are the 2 big schools in the state. Like, Clemson might as well be in Hawaii. It's so far from our hometown. Like, I think the first time I ever went to Clemson was I was out of college. Oh, no, I was in college because I went up there to see the Bros. But so the first time I ever went to Clemson was when I was in college. I had been to the University of South Carolina a gazillion times for USC football games because it's only an hour and 15 minutes from my hometown.
Hundreds of times.
All the passion that they have the greatest entrance in college football with Cocky, you know, the mascot coming out in the little jail setup or whatever. Fans are passionate as heck. All right.
What song did they play?
2001.
2001.
Okay.
Good job.
Space Odyssey.
Good job.
So I know the atmosphere and how rabid the fans are about their sports there. It's just crazy that all of the expectations of big-time seasons for the University of South Carolina football team has been surpassed in a few years by the women's basketball team.
It's crazy,
and
man.
Dawn Staley
It's crazy,
Like, it's
man.
just incredible. If you know the legacy and the history of South Carolina Gamecock sports, you really understand what I'm saying. Their fans are passionate. And every year they think that this is our year to do it. We're going to do it this year.
Before you get to hating on Caitlyn Clark, man, let's talk about this real quick. You
Okay.
mentioned Dawn Staley. Congratulations, Coach Staley, man. We're beyond proud of you. Dawn Staley is the new Pat Summitt. In her last 3 years, man, she's 109-3 with 2 titles in the last 3 years.
109-3.
109-3 in the last 3 years with 2 titles. Okay, 2 titles in those 3 years, and she's got an additional title before those 3 years. Dawn Staley is now the 5th head coach and the first Black coach to win 3 more women's basketball titles. Of course, she's chasing Pat Summitt, who was with Tennessee. She won 8. She's chasing Gino Auriemma. He's in UConn. He's won 11. She's chasing Markie in LSU, who also won 4. And now with the 3rd title that she won this past weekend, she's tied with Stanford's Tara Vanderveer with 3 titles. So my question to you, first question to you is this. Is there any way that Dawn can get to 11 titles like Pat Summitt, man?
If she doesn't go to the NBA and be the first woman head coach in the NBA. Absolutely.
Whoa.
Yeah, I dropped something in your ass just now.
Whoa.
Yeah, I posted yesterday in the group, and I threw it out there because I thought about it because it makes all the sense in the world. I think Dawn Staley is the perfect candidate to be the first woman coach in the NBA. Simply put, because players in the NBA know her legacy. They know she was a fantastic player, and now they know she's a fantastic coach. And I think that the community, when I say the community, LeBron James even posted on his Instagram or whatever, you know, to protect Dawn Staley at all costs. I think they would respect her, and it wouldn't be a situation where they don't respect their coach because she's a woman. I think they would respect her because she's Dawn Staley.
Dawn Staley. I agree.
So can you imagine being a team that's been down the last couple of years in the NBA and you hired Dawn Staley? How much excitement that's going to bring to the team and to the organization? How many tickets they're going to sell? How much of a new fan base they're going to bring in with all of the women that want to come and watch her and watch her be the first woman coach in the NBA? It just makes all the sense in the world. Oh, yeah, and NBA teams can probably pay her a whole lot more than college basketball teams or even WNBA teams as well.
She's the 2nd highest paid women's coach in the women's game.
Which is crazy. Right.
Yeah, she making like 3.1, and I think Gino might make more, okay? Or maybe Markie makes more, but she's the 2nd highest paid at like 3.1, 3.2 million per year. My question to you about her going to the NBA, and this is the Two Lives Two's experience, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Isn't it too much testosterone? I mean, let's just say that things don't work out for Doc Rivers in Milwaukee. I'm just throwing that out there. I think Doc's doing an okay job. I think it's going to take him more time. But if Dawn Staley was on the bench in Milwaukee, she going to tell Giannis what to do? Is Damian Lillard going to listen to her when it's nut cutting time and there's 30 seconds left and she's drawn up a play and he disagrees with it? Is he going to acquiesce to her wishes with her being a woman and him being a man?
Here's the thing about it. It may not work, but I think that the pluses far outweigh the minuses.
I agree.
I think the pluses far outweigh the minuses. Guess what? If she does it and is not successful, guess what? 1,000 coaches have been unsuccessful in the NBA.
That's true.
But she would be the first women's basketball coach in the league. I don't think there's anything else she needs to prove in college.
She wouldn't be the first women's coach. There's a
in the NBA, yes, she would.
There's an assistant head coach female right now on.
Oh no, I'm talking about head coach. I'm talking about head coach.
Okay.
I'm talking about head coach.
All right.
She would be first. I think that would be such an incredible, monumental thing. And guess what? If she goes to the NBA, is unsuccessful, what do you think they'd pay her to come back and coach in college again? She got nothing to lose.
More money.
She has nothing to lose. A team, and it's kind of somewhat of from a team and an organization standpoint, it's somewhat of a publicity stunt, but not that much of a publicity stunt. And if you're at the bottom of the rankings, if you're horrible and you don't have a great team, what do you care? You want to shoot some and infuse some excitement into your organization and your team? Why not? I'd give it a run.
Shouts out to Mr. Seafood. He is in Columbia, South Carolina. My guy Rashid. He runs a seafood restaurant in Charlotte. Well, he doesn't run the one in Charlotte, but it's his franchise in Charlotte. One in Beaufort, one in Charlotte, one in Columbia. He and Dawn Staley are real good friends. He sent me a post on Instagram. It's a picture of him and Dawn Staley, but on the cover of the picture, it's like 8 to 10 different Instagram posts from NBA players, Deion Sanders, big-time NBA coaches, and they're all saying she's the greatest, protect her, she's wonderful. So I agree, man. I do think it would work. But I think she's got such a sweet deal right now in Columbia that why would you want to leave to risk?
And maybe she don't want to, but to quote the great Nino Brown, money talks and bullshit runs a marathon.
Well, but again,
somebody coming off for $5 million a year, you gonna be mad at her if she takes it?
She's making 3 now, and she's got a chance to end up being one of the best women's coaches that's ever
5
coached
is
in
bigger
the
than
WNBA.
5 is bigger than 3.
Yeah,
and don't forget the one important point. She can always go back.
Yeah.
Maybe not to South Carolina, but she would go back. If she goes to the NBA for 1 or 2 years, fails, you know how big of an offer she'd get from a college basketball team to come back to college and coach their team?
Right. Hey, man, up next on the Two Lives Tuesday Experience, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, we'll finish up talking about the women's championship.
I got a
question.
We'll finish up
and allow Doug to throw in the hate
that
he's got with Caitlyn Clark.
I'm not going to do that. But I got a serious question I want to ask about this whole Caitlyn Clark saga. All right?
That's what the hell I just said, man. We're going to talk about Caitlyn Clark when we get back.
Okay. You didn't say it in the right manner. You kind of threw some shade on
You cut me off. You didn't give me a chance to say it. You cut me off.
Two Live Studios Experience. Don't go away.
You blatantly.
Do any of your friends your age still go to strip clubs?
No.
Now, let me make sure I clean this up a little bit. If there's a strip club out there, a proprietor listening to this show right now, and they like for us to host Monday night at their establishment, we are there. I will come on a strip club retirement for a sponsor.
Or Wednesday night, or Thursday night, or Friday night, or Saturday night. I'm not coming to your establishment on Sundays, but every other night of the week, count me in. I'm in.
I'll come on Sunday if it's a check behind it. I will come, okay? Ryan does not have to come. He's got the little small children and whatnot. I will come.
Ladies, we know you wear a lot of hats. From fitness to packing lunches, grocery shopping, and running boutiques, you do it all. But tonight is about taking a break for yourself and not feeling bad about it. Whether you're a fitness enthusiast, a boutique owner juggling the world, or a devoted dog mom like Jen, Southern Edge understands that every woman deserves a moment to relax and do what makes you happy. Courtesy of Southern Edge, the only way to truly taste the moment.
Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the Two Lives Tuesday Experience going down. I think this is what we would probably call the last segment, right, Doug?
Yeah, last segment. I want to get my thoughts out there on this Caitlyn Clark. I want to hear your rebuttal to it.
Okay.
And then we got to throw out the top 5 before we get out of here. I got to go make the donuts in the morning.
Okay. And you're the only one that's making donuts, right?
You making donuts?
Anyway, man. Hey, man. No,
you making donuts?
Man, what I do in my kitchen with what I bake is my business, man. Don't even worry about it. I want to ask you a question, man.
Okay.
I'm going to show a play.
Come on now. I got to make sure I keep all my thoughts together on this now. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I want to say
about Caitlyn Clark.
I'm going to show you one play, and I want your take on this one play, okay? So just pay attention and watch.
Wait a minute. So this play is Caitlyn?
I want you just watch, Ninja. Just watch. Can I show you the play?
Go ahead.
Golly. All right, here we go. Two last twos experience. Nope, not that one. Oh, that is the one. That's the one. That's the one Caitlyn won. That's the shot she won.
Yeah.
You have a problem with this play?
Nadi showed the play earlier in the Iowa game, in the championship game, where she pushed off on the South Carolina player, like pushed her like in the stands, and the refs didn't call her. Everybody was going crazy, like, what the hell is the call?
So
she does a lot of that.
You had a problem with the earlier play, and you had a problem with that play just now too, right?
Well, they gave her a lot of leeway.
Right.
Because I think that there was this attitude out there from the league that, we just used this term in the last segment. They got to kind of protect Caitlyn Clark.
Okay. I'm going to show you one more play.
Okay.
I'm going to show you one more play.
And you're watching the Two Last Stews experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart.
Here we go. I want to talk about the problem you have with this play.
Okay.
Michael against Russell, 12 seconds. 11, 10. Jordan a drive, hangs, fires, scores! He scores! The Bulls lead 87-86. Oh my goodness! He's unbelievable. Oh my goodness!
Is okay. That play is fine. It's the exact same thing that
not.
Caitlyn did.
It's not.
Put a hand in place and push.
It's not.
Person fell. Person clearly, her arm leaves her body. Michael's arm leaves his body. But you're okay with Michael pushing Russell, but you're not okay with Caitlyn pushing anybody.
He didn't push him. Caitlyn Clark clearly extended her hands and pushed the defender in front of her.
I'm done.
So let me ask this question. Let me get this out.
I'm done.
There's this attitude, and even from you, you really don't say it this way a lot, but even from you, there's this attitude that black folks out there hating on Caitlyn Clark.
No. Stop. Hold on.
Okay.
No. My angst has been directed towards you because of your dislike for Caitlyn Clark.
Okay. That's fine. We'll take you out of the equation.
And any other ninja that looks like you and feels like you, my comments have been towards them because the reason why they may not like Caitlyn is the same reason you don't like Caitlyn because she don't look like you at the end of the day. If you don't have a problem with Michael Jordan doing the same thing Caitlyn did, which is all that's happened, sir, then I don't even need to say anything else. It can't be okay for Michael, but it's not okay for Caitlyn.
To quote the great Ice Cube, stall me out. Okay, stall me out for a second or two, okay? All right. There's this attitude out there that black folks hating on Caitlyn Clark. Okay. Now, I'm not the biggest college basketball fan or a women's college basketball fan, but one thing I do know is social media. So I want to ask you one question. Okay.
Question.
How are people racist against Caitlyn Clark or black people rooting against Caitlyn Clark when there's been many white basketball stars that we haven't hated on? Like, I don't remember on social media nobody ever hating on Rebecca Lobo, on Breonna Stewart, on Sue Bird, on Diana Taurasi.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember any black people just all out overtly hating on them like seemingly y'all say that we do on Caitlyn Clark.
Okay.
How about maybe, hold on, let me finish. How about maybe,
I apologize.
How about maybe we know that Caitlyn Clark is a scammer? Okay, maybe we know a scammer when we see one. Let's list everything. She plays dirty. She pushes off. She flops like a fish. All right. Then she plays the victim. Okay. Remember last year she waved off Raven Johnson, very disrespectfully.
Man,
like
I can't believe half of this stuff you saying right now, man.
Hold on. Do you remember last year when she waved off Raven Johnson? Like, just disrespect. That was just total disrespect. Remember the whole "you can't see me" thing that she had going back and forth with Angel Reese?
Doug, Angel Reese was doing this too, Doug.
Right.
Angel Reese was doing this too, Doug.
Can you let me finish? Can you let me talk? I'll let you talk.
I won't step. I apologize.
The whole "you can't see me" thing was started by Caitlyn Clark. Angel Reese mocked her by doing the same exact thing. Okay? So remember how she waved off Raven? Remember the whole "you can't see me" thing? It just seems like she's privileged, Remember they got that invite, even though they lost. Remember they got an invite by Miss Biden to the White House, and they didn't end up going because the White House kind of, they kind of backpedaled on it or whatever because they got so much outrage from the community saying, why y'all inviting them because, they lost, even though, you like Caitlyn Clark and all of this type of stuff. She always seems classy when she has a microphone in front of her, but on the court, she's not really that classy, and I think people see through that.
She's a dog on the court.
Hold on.
She's a dog on the court.
My central point to you is we don't hate Caitlyn Clark because she's white, because clearly that's not the case, because there's been plenty of white stars. Breonna Stewart won 4 championships in a row. I don't remember one word on social media from a black person saying they don't like Breonna Stewart. Do you remember anybody?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of this outrage that there is right now, seemingly with Caitlyn Clark, with Breonna Stewart? Do you?
Can I go now?
You can go now.
Okay, thank you. Okay. First and foremost, I have never said anything about anybody being racist towards Caitlyn Clark. Not
Okay.
me.
So
Not
I
me.
said it earlier. I took you out of that conversation.
Okay, I got to make sure I make that clear
I'm
first.
talking about our Caucasian brothers and sisters on social media.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that black people are rooting against Caitlyn because she's white.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
We didn't root against Rebecca Lobo because she was white. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay. How much do you love Danny Ainge?
Danny Ainge?
Yes.
I don't like Danny Ainge. Never liked Danny Ainge.
How much do you love Larry Bird?
Well, Larry Bird is a phenomenal player. I even had a Larry Bird throwback
I didn't
jersey.
ask you if he was a phenomenal player. My question was, how much do you love Larry Bird?
Except for when he was playing my Lakers, Larry Bird had much respect. I say Larry Bird's one of the greatest players ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
With what Caitlyn Clark has done in college basketball over the last 4 years, it's mind-blowing. It's amazing.
She got 0 rings. Go ahead.
Well, but neither does Charles Barkley. But he's the Brown Mound of rebound.
Go ahead.
Neither does Charles Barkley. But you don't have a problem with Barkley not having a ring because he was so great.
Right.
But you're willing to ignore her greatness. I just showed you 2 plays. One was a play of Caitlyn pushing somebody off. The other was a play of Michael Jordan pushing somebody off. You had a huge problem with one video, and you didn't care about the other. As a matter of fact, with the other video, you said he didn't even push off.
You going back to them videos. So you're ignoring everything I just said for the last 5 minutes. You're not going to address everything I just said in the last 5 minutes. And you're watching July News Experience.
I'm going where I want to make my point.
Right.
I'm not trying to make your point.
No.
I'm trying to make my point.
I wanted you to respond to the points that I made about Caitlyn Clark and why I think that a lot of people don't like her. Namely, which a lot of black people don't like her.
Right.
If you don't want to respond, if you want to go back to the pushing thing, that's fine. But that's cool. Well, I thought we were going to respond to the point I was trying to make.
Real quick. For you to overlook the 2 videos that I played.
I didn't overlook them.
Hold on.
Michael Jordan did not push off. He didn't.
Did.
Caitlyn Clark clearly pushed the young lady forward. She was
okay. There was 2 pushing videos. One was a blatant push.
And first of all,
the one that James has played a couple times.
How dare you compare Caitlyn Clark to the greatest basketball player of all time? Let's talk about that. Why would you even compare Caitlyn Clark to Michael Jordan?
Well, she scored more points in college basketball than Jordan did.
What?
She scored more points in college basketball than Jordan did. Oh, wait a minute. Not just Jordan. She scored more points in college basketball than every freaking body.
Yeah.
Everybody that's ever played college basketball, for the men or the women, this girl right here has scored more points.
Donald Trump must have paid you off, man.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Trump
fine.
Must have paid you off.
That's fine. But you're in denial. Yeah, it's called hate. And when you hate, you don't even have to have a reason to hate. You just saw Caitlyn push, but Michael Jordan did not push. Again, I will reiterate what I said for weeks. I admire and respect greatness.
Right.
And she has had the greatest 4 years of anybody in college basketball, not just women's college basketball, but college basketball as a whole. She has scored more points than everybody. But for some reason, typically people that score more points get loved. They're heralded. They're respected. But because this little white girl scored more points, she's hated. I don't have to say what it is. Everyone knows what it is, and so do you.
So bottom line, I think that we see her as a fake. That's what I think. I think we see her as a fake, cry victim, flopper, play the victim type player. I think that's why. Got nothing to do with the fact that she's white, because clearly, as the points I tried to make that you are clearly ignoring, there's been several other white great players in college that nobody ever said a mumbling word about. But that's fine. You don't even want to address it. I get it. I get it.
Those other players that you mentioned, those before players that you mentioned, they did not end their careers being the greatest at anything.
Yeah, but did you hear what I told you? Breonna Stewart won 4 championships in a row.
She's the greatest scorer in college basketball.
Okay, man. I got you.
That means something and matters to me.
Got you.
All those accolades that everybody else has received, there's accolades from Candace Parker. And the names can go on and on and on and on and on.
Sue Bird.
But no one has done something better than her.
Did I say Sue Bird?
I think you did say Sue.
Hey, man, so let's get out of here, man, because clearly that's not going anywhere.
We can't get out of here yet. We got to finish the top 5.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Oh, okay.
So the last thing.
As you run from Caitlyn Clark. Run from Caitlyn Clark, Doug. Run.
It makes no sense to continue with it.
Right.
So the top 5 is the top 5 rappers, your top 5 rappers that are probably not most people's top 5 rappers.
You might want to dig a little bit deeper to explain that.
No, so yesterday would have been Biz Markie's birthday. Right. The great Biz. If you don't know, he passed away, I think maybe in the last year. Passed away, had some health issues or whatever. So we're losing a lot of greats. And so he was never regarded as a great MC, really a guy that had a lot of fun, did some innovative things, was one of the top beatboxers in the history of beatboxing. So we thought about this question, like, name us your top 5 rappers that most people wouldn't consider top 5 rappers. Because mostly everybody agrees you got LL, Tupac, Biggie, Rakim,
Jay-Z,
yeah,
Biggie,
some combination
Tupac,
of that.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So you want me to go first or you want to go first?
No, I want you to stop talking. That's what I want you to do. We're talking about top 5s. I want you to be quiet.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
I want you to be quiet.
Yes, sir.
I want you to be quiet. Thank you. That means don't say nothing. The floor is mine.
So you're going to go first? You're going to go first? I didn't mean that, top 5 master. Go ahead.
I'm going to allow you to go first, sir.
My top 5 favorite rappers, least likely to be on your top 5. Number 5 is Lil Boosie. I know that y'all say, oh, he's from the South, he's from Louisiana, he got no skills. Lil Boosie can go. Listen to some of his music. I got Lil Boosie at number 5. Number 4, the great Beanie Siegel, a.k.a. Beans. Listen to some of Beans' stuff. Number 3, Mos Def. Probably should be in the top 15, maybe top 10 of all time.
Can I stop you real quick? Let me stop you real quick.
I think that's against the rules for you to stop me in the middle of my top 5.
No, it's the top 5, so I'm the champ. I get to do whatever the hell I want to do in the top 5, okay? I'm asking you nicely to be quiet so I can say something during my top 5 segment. Mos Def is not, he shouldn't be on this list because he would be in the top 5 of top 5s.
No, okay? I don't think people, that's the point. I don't think people give him that type of credit. I don't think most people, if you said, give me your 15, your top 15, okay. I don't think most people would have Mos Def in their top 15.
We disagree, but it's your top 5, so please
Yeah, it's my top 5. Let me do my top 5, okay? Coming in at number 2, the great Kool G Rap. I don't think they've ever played one of Kool G Rap songs on the radio. I don't remember ever hearing, Rags to Riches or Road to the Riches. I don't ever remember hearing one Kool G Rap on the radio. But ask any hip-hop enthusiast that knows about hip-hop, and they'll tell you Kool G is slept on. And number one, if this guy was from New York City or something like that, he might be in our top 5 for real. The great Black Thought comes in at number 1. So let me see my list one more time, Nadi. One more time,
Yep.
now. Let's see it one more time. Let me run through it one more time. Lil Boosie at 5, Beanie Siegel at 4, Mos Def at 3, Cool G Rap at 2, and number 1, Black Thought. Can I get a round of applause?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's a great list. That's a great list. You stuck that Black Thought in on me. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, man. But anyway, the listeners are going to vote with me. Everyone knows that. And we'll put up my list right now, okay? My top 5. Sorry, my top 5. The great Big Pun. Big Pun, lyrically, tempo, speed, pace, was one of the best livest rappers in all of history.
I think I got
The great Biz Markie's at number 4. I also added Cool G Rap. And look, man, number 2, Kiss. Jadakiss is one of the best rappers in the game. And none of them are better than Gucci Mane. And before we get out of here, I'll read this list one more time. My honorable mentions.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing, Mr.
No,
Top 5 Master?
no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. I want you to be quiet, and I want you to shut your mouth. I need you to just shut your mouth.
I mean, you're the top 5 master, so I'll shut up.
That's right. I'm the top 5 master right now. I want you to shut your mouth, okay? Again, my top 5, Big Pun, Biz Markie, Cool G Rap, Jadakiss, and Gucci Mane, as well as my honorable mention, the great Mason Betha.
Whoa. This is extra credit. This is extra credit. You
Luke.
an honorable mention?
Honorable mention.
This is not part of how this game works.
Well,
no, take that down. Naughty, take that down. What he's trying to do is he's trying to distract the listeners. He's trying to distract the listeners. There's no honorable mentions that we talked about. No, forget that. No.
The great Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. M&M from the D.
Don't let him do this, Naughty. Naughty, don't do this.
Uncle Luke gets my honorable mention also, man, because we wouldn't have Booty Shake, Poppin' Newtsy, Poppin' Booty. We wouldn't have that if it wasn't for Uncle Luke.
Can't ran no 1-2 on me.
Miami, the bass music, the great Uncle Luke, Eminem in Detroit. Thank y'all for listening.
That's not your top 5. You're persuading the people right now.
No.
You're running the old 1-2 on me. You're the old banana in the tailpipe. You're trying to persuade the listeners by extra people that you're putting on your list. It's only top 5.
This list will be posted for y'all to vote on social media, on YouTube, I believe, as well as on Facebook. Y'all place your votes, and we'll talk about it on this week's show when we come back on Thursday. But again, my final top 5, Big Pun, Biz Markie, Cool G Rap, Jadakiss, and Gucci Mane. And we can't forget about the honorable mentions. Mace, a former pastor or current pastor, Lil Jon, Juice,
I see what's
and
going
Marshall
on here.
Mathers,
I see what's
as
going
well
on.
as Uncle
Hey,
Luke.
hold on. Naughty,
Pop that pussy. Pop it.
Naughty,
Pop that
Naughty.
That's
Bring
right.
back up the honorable mention list. Let me tell you exactly what's going on here. I see right through this thing. Naughty, bring it back up one more time.
I'll put it up there for you.
He put Mace on his list.
A pastor.
New York people, a pastor.
A pastor rapper.
He's trying to dwell on the heartstrings of gospel of religious people.
I don't believe you ain't pick
Little John, he put on the list to get all the Atlanta people. Okay.
Right.
Marshall Mathers, he's going to get all the white people in the world that knows anything about hip hop and Uncle Luke and throw in the word P, the P word.
Yep. Pop that pussy is what I was saying, sir. That's exactly right. That's right. That's exactly right. Before we get out of here, let me do this real quick. Thank you. Thank you, Naughty. Thank you. Let me get that right there.
And this. Okay. That's a bullshit, Ronald.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all for voting. I really appreciate it.
You will not win with Gucci Mane #1. I love me some Gucci. But you put him at #1, that's going to lose it for you.
Well, no.
Poll is going up in 10 minutes. I'll have it in 2 Live Stews chat group.
Hey, man, what you don't understand is Gucci Mane is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
That's
they
a lie.
all love Gucci Mane.
That's Reggie Noble.
They all love Gucci Mane.
That's Redman.
Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
Hey, man, shouts out to the good folks from Southern Edge for sponsoring today's show. Fueled by Southern Edge every single time we're on. Shouts out to Pee Wee, a.k.a. BMX. Shouts out to Joey, a.k.a.
I got you. I got your ass this time.
Jinx
you put Gucci Mane at #1, man?
And Dub Slim.
All due respect to Gucci Mane, but you can't have him at #1.
Shouts out to Mr. Seafood, man. We really appreciate you, Mr. Seafood.
Shouts out, Mr. Seafood.
Y'all can find his restaurants in Columbia as well as Charlotte, and I believe the one in Beaufort is still popping as well. I got to give you a grade, man. I've been kicking your butt in these top fives.
Not this time. Not this time.
I don't really.
I'm willing to put some money on it. I'm willing to put some money on this one.
The Caitlyn hate has to stop, man. But somehow I find it within myself to give you an A+, man. Outstanding job today, sir. Outstanding job.
All I do is speak the truth. Everybody know Caitlyn Clark is fake as a $3 bill. But I'm still giving you an A, man. I'm still giving you an A.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
That's right. Yeah.
The great James Harmon, a.k.a. the Naughty Dread. He produced, directed the show tonight. James, outstanding job, sir. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
One, too.
Yep, we appreciate it. And everybody in the chat room, we had over 250 messages in the chat room. We'll read through them and we'll comment about some of them, man. But thank y'all very much.
We got somebody in the green room, man. Can we bring them on for a second?
I would love that.
Look who's in the chat room.
Pop that what? Pop that what? I just came back from happy hour.
Right, we can tell. And it looks like you've been wrestling a lion, too.
That's not true.
Tree, listen. You go away for one show, and you got guys screaming out the P word. You see what happens when you're not here, Tree? You see what happens?
Uncle Luke. We were talking about Uncle Luke, man, and he's known for what? Making people pop that pussy.
Good night.
That's right.
Good night.
Wow.
Shouts out to the great Tree Taylor.
Shouts
away
out
on
to
vacay.
Definitely was
telling us for weeks to leave her alone. But telling us for weeks to leave her alone. We should go on vacay. And she texts me 100 times a day.
Clearly, she was in a bunkhouse stampede with a bunch of midgets. Or little people.
Yeah,
Not midgets. I don't think midgets is proper. I think that's 1987.
Before we go, man, when Monday Night Football rolls around, we going to do shows on Monday or Tuesday, man.
Hell no. We're not doing it on Monday night. You know, people go watch Monday Night Football over us.
All right.
At least I'm watching Monday Night Football over us.
Yeah, me too.
So we're going to have to adjust the schedules and the times and all of that. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
All right, man. This was
Outstanding
good.
job, man.
You get an A, even though you tried to hornswoggle me by adding some bonus people for the rap thing, but that's fine.
I got one more thing I got to do, man. I want to mention the Basketball Hall of Fame announced their newest class that's going in. I think 13 players. Vince Carter, Chauncey Billups, Mr. Cooper, Simone Augustus, Jerry West, Herb Simon, Doug Collins, Bo Ryan, Walter Davis, Charles Smith, Dick Barnett, Harley Redden, and Michelle Timms will all be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Shouts out to Vince and Chauncey, man. That's huge. Congratulations, guys. That's huge.
So Vince, I definitely understand. The guy played for 30 years damn near. He probably had the greatest dunk contest exhibition out of everybody ever in the history of the contest.
Agreed.
Got him. Chauncey, I'm kind of on the edge with Chauncey. They got Michael Cooper. I love me some Michael Cooper, but Michael Cooper averaged like 8 points a game. He was really a defensive player. I'm happy he's a Laker, so okay, that's fine. But the only one I really see got a legitimate, they should be in the Hall of Fame is probably Vince Carter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll see you on Thursday, man. Good job today. We appreciate you. Y'all keep it locked, man. Two Live Studios Experience. We'll be back on Thursday. Stream opens up at 7:45. And the show starts at 8. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If you don't know him, you need to find him and show him love, because that's all he's showing you, nothing but love.
Shouts out to Terradome, 34 years, baby.